And we are live.
Booyaka, booyaka.
Looks like I'm the only face that's visible on the platform, but that's perfectly fine because this will be the last time you see this face for a while, guys.
Boogatachiwa.
Got something going on. You kind of do a John Cena
Now I got something going on. I'll talk it about to y'all in private, but it's a big opportunity for me, so I'll be going for a bit.
thing. Bullshit. That's what's up.
Yay.
Go ahead and y'all
Claps
ready?
for Pat.
Hold on.
Shout out to Ron Morrison with the nose ring, man. Got me over here looking like
Hmm? Listen, go ahead and get you one, bro.
I'm gonna do it.
Go ahead and do it, bro. Go ahead and get you. You gonna do a stud or you gonna do a scepter?
Now I'm gonna do the stud.
Go ahead and do the stud, bro. This shit, I love this shit,
Then I'm gonna unleash my light skin powers fully, like Thanos who put that stone in your nose.
man. Hey, bro, put the affinity. the affinity.
Start screaming like Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson and what was that boxing game? Ready to Rumble?
Yeah. Yo, that was my favorite game on Dreamcast, man.
Yeah, that game is. I
Lord
love
Jesus.
that. The touch you, man.
Ray unfortunately has internet issues, so she can't be seen right now. But she did have a fly ass wig on, just in case you guys are wondering.
Okay, that's what's up.
So I'm having technical difficulties once again. They just don't want me to be on it because I speak the truth. You see how technology stops you from seeing the truth,
Okay, Ray Killing.
stop you from listening to the wisdom,
Ray Killings over here.
stop you from
Ray
opening
kills.
up the third eye.
It's a
We know
conspiracy.
why.
Hotep Day out here.
Period. Let me stop.
Call
All
her
right.
Hotep Ray.
Hotep. All right, let's get it started, yo.
Be outside in the park with the Bible. The white man is a devil.
Just her and her garb and her wig and that wig is covering the eye out here, yo. Yo,
Hey,
well,
yo.
welcome to Let Me Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Ron Morrison. I'm here with the lovely Ray Day with the AK. She can't be
Hi,
seen.
hi.
Heard. How are you?
Man, I wish my computer was working. It's giving me
We gotta
problems.
get that work. Hopefully it picks. Hopefully you can get it working
But I'm
throughout
good
that.
though.
That's what's up. Also here with CM Pat. How you feeling, brother?
Man, I couldn't be better. I could, but I'm in a good mood today.
That's good. That's good. We love a good mood around here. Um, let's go ahead and get into the fuckums.
All right, so my fucking is to myself, and I'm gonna explain to you why. So for the past couple of weeks, I have been seeing this toy called Labubu's everywhere on TikTok and social media, and I've been the biggest hater of this shit because I don't understand it. I don't get it. I think it's stupid. I think the craze is just annoying. And yet, here I am with two of them.
Those I was about to look it up. Those are Labubus. How did you end
Yes.
up with Labubus?
So, long story short, my wife was looking on TikTok and she was like, I see these little toys. They're adorable. And I'm like, they look like little demons. I don't get it. So, we actually traveled we live in Delaware, just to give you guys some context. We traveled all the way to Towson, Maryland, which is like almost an hour and a half away just to get this shit. And when I tell you I saw it, I was like, "Can you get me one?" So
Hey,
now we got two.
I mean, shit at this point. Hey, listen, you drove that far, you might as well get yourself one. Collector's items, though. You know what I'm saying?
But I still don't get it. I don't get what they do. I don't get the hype behind them. But I ain't mad at it.
I don't get them either. I mean, this is my first time hearing of them, but I guess they just cute little collectors. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of like what was that toy that came out back in the '90s? The Beanie Babies.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
yeah. The Beanie Babies. What else? Like, yo, people used to collect. The Troll Dolls. I know I used to collect. Beanie
Oh yeah, the Treasure Trolls.
Yeah. Well, rate just dropped. Did you ever used to do Tamagotchi?
I bought one of those too,
Let's go.
and it died in 3 days.
I had so many Beanie Babies and Trolls. Hey, that's what's up. I ain't had none of that shit.
Listen, man. Like I said, I don't get the Labubu craze, but as y'all can see, they're cute looking. There's another one I'm trying to get. It looks like it's a One Piece edition, One Piece Labubu, but
Oh,
that's kind of hard to find. We're trying to look for that right now.
alright, I'm gonna need that just because I fuck with One Piece. Like One Piece anime or just One Piece something else?
It's One Piece theme. So I don't know if you're familiar with Pop Mart. It's like one of those stores that sells like the mystery box items and like a lot of anime toys. That's what they mostly have these at, but they're very hard to find. So you have to kind of go on TikTok and go to their lives, and they usually have like a big display online, but they sell out quickly, like mad quick.
Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
you
hear you.
good.
Okay. Hopefully this works. Also, the boo-boos are ugly cute.
That's the best way to describe them. They are ugly cute.
Okay. Speaking of ugly cute, like, how do y'all feel about the whole medium cute thing?
Medium cute.
Yeah, so like it's the thing. Like, you're not like super, like you cute. Like you're not fine, but you cute. So they call you medium cute.
I've never had that problem before.
I've been told them, so I'm good to go. But apparently it's
You've been told what?
I'm very handsome, so I ain't got the problem either.
I feel like medium cute,
It's not
especially
a
with
bad
women.
thing. It's not meant to be a bad thing. Let me
Yeah,
say.
I just feel like it. So from when I've seen people use it, it kind of encompasses everything. So it's not just like their looks. It's kind of like their character, the way they walk, the way they talk, the way So it's kind of like, oh, you medium cute, like you cute, but you missing a few things. Like you not. You ever? It's this is gonna sound really mean, but it's like the women's version of a butterface.
And you just call this man a 92 Geo Metro out here, bro.
No, because you could
God
be.
damn.
You can be very attractive, but as soon as you start opening your mouth and the way that you act, it knocks you down several pegs. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that.
Nah, that shit just hilarious. That shit funny.
That's the first time I heard that expression before. Medium cute.
Yeah. Girls be like, man, he medium cute. Like, oh, all right. Like,
Like,
damn.
he alright. Just like that. He alright.
I'll keep my thoughts. Oh. So, I'll go up next. Ray, do you got any? Fuck them.
You know I do.
Sure, fuck them.
Hold on. Let me finish chewing my. Sorry, I'm eating fried chicken.
Oh, I can go if you want me to. It's up to you.
If you don't mind, so I can eat my dinner really quickly.
All right.
Shout out to Ray for eating dinner.
That's my first fucking right there. You know what? Go ahead. What? And the clapping. And the fucking clapping. That's crazy. Okay.
All I said was shout out to you for eating dinner. I didn't mention iron pills. I didn't mention brittle bone baddies. I didn't mention 68 degrees and you're out for the night. All I just said was shout out to you eating dinner. That was it.
Go ahead, Duck.
Oh,
I'm sick of this.
all right. So, like I said, it's a couple of them, but they're not all related. But here they are, and I'm not going to spend much time on them because I don't want to take up the whole thing. First thing first. I fuck them to the government of Berlin. I know that's mad random, but
Yeah.
yeah, I get a fuck them. I read an article recently that they approved this experiment. And the experiment was for them to allow pedophiles to adopt and raise foster kids. It
Are you
was
serious?
I'll send you the article when I'm done when we're done. But basically, the sexologist came up with it, and this guy didn't even know. Like it all starts about this guy. Like he was just minding his business, whatever. He was a foster child, and he was raised by this dude, and he didn't, he was raised by him until he got older, and then realized like, oh, like he saw an article about how this was like part of this wild experiment where it was approved by the government to, I guess, monitor behaviors of pedophiles.
Mhm.
So they allowed them to adopt children. I'll send you the article. It's wild as shit. Um, Speaking of wild shit, also I can't remember the name of it, but these campsites, a lot of you campsites. Oh, I saw that. Yeah, it was in the six. The shit fucked up. Um, cause I fuck them to all of these campsites who are allowing these meetups of. I don't know if y'all are familiar with the term MAPS, minor attractive persons or peoples or whatever. These are a group of people who are attracted to minors. And instead of them calling themselves pedophiles, they try to say that they are minor attracted. They're people who are attracted to minors.
Good
And they
fucking grief.
have a campsite or a camp meetup where they all get together and go on hikes and shit. And it's weird because they actually like talk like one of the rules was like one of the things with the hikes, like it was just mad random. It was like one of the things with the hikes was like something that can go wrong, bugs or whatever, whatever. But one of the things that could go wrong was you not completing it because you see an attractive minor. Like it was very weird. Um yeah, those people who allow those people to camp on their campgrounds, fuck you. You're weird. Fuck you. Um Another one. Again, all of these are random. They're not tied together. Venom. Venom gets to fuck them as well. Why?
How the fuck we go from that to this?
Listen, I told you they all don't connect. But these are things that equally pissed me off last week.
Shouldn't you have started off with the Venom one first? My man was
I,
like, fuck pedophiles. Oh, by the way, Spider-Man's nemesis gets to fuck him too.
yeah, no, I mean he does because you know why? I mean Venom ain't got nothing to do with them, but Venom isn't with Eddie Brock anymore. He dipped out from Eddie Brock and went.
Why?
I don't him or his son. Venom just ain't fucking with him. I can't. I don't know the. I don't know the story. I didn't read too much into it. I don't really remember it. But what I do remember is him and his son isn't really Venom and his son. Well, Eddie Brock and his son ain't fucking with Venom. And people been trying to figure out who it is. They thought it might have been Luke Cage. They thought it might have been some other person. They even thought it might have been Mary J's boyfriend. But you know who he bonded with? Spider Man's biggest op. Mary Jane fucking Watson is now the new host of Venom. Fuck Venom for choosing her. You just want to fuck over Peter Parker every chance you
Hey yo, hold on, hold up,
get.
diabolical.
Like you really went to his
Mad
ex.
random.
Mind you, bro just came back because like he just came back to find out his wife after he saved her was out here cheating and had a kid on him. Like he already dealing with shit. Now you going to his other biggest op. That's fucked up. And finally, Complex, you get a fuck them as well because why the fuck is Not Like Us the number one diss track on your list of all time? Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. It's a great diss track. We're not going to take away.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
We're not going to take how great it is. But there's no way you telling me that shit was better than No Vaseline. You telling me that shit was better than Ether. That shit was better than Takeover. That shit was bigger than two. People just randomly just be like, yo, that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. Randomly. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro.
I'm gonna have to disagree with that take. And the only reason why I'm saying I disagree with that take is for two reasons. One, think about it from a wrestling perspective, because we've had these discussions with other people before. There's only but so much that you can kind of say this WWE match was the greatest match of all time. And like years and decades have passed and there have been better matches. At some point, the history can be appreciated, but there are more impactful matches. Case in point, HBK versus Brett for his time was a great match. If you look at it now, that shit's ass. But HBK versus Taker was a better match and it still holds up to this time. They Not Like Us. How many diss tracks do you know actually had a whole country turn on a nigga? Think about it. This man Kendrick went to Toronto. He went to Toronto. Huh?
There was a lot of East Coast niggas that wasn't fucking with Biggie when Hit 'Em Up came out. And that was a big rival. It ain't a country, but that's just as big, yo. You had people who was out here literally fighting over Jay-Z or Nas on who was better. And people still have debates of those albums, those songs to today. Even with Hit 'Em Up. I get where you're going with it. I understand. Those are yesterday's. That's all yesterday stuff. This is newer. It's fresher, and a lot of that stuff don't hold up. And I agree. Some of those diss tracks don't hold up. Some don't, because a lot of the beefs are squashed, whatever. But music, I couldn't compare music to wrestling only because those are two different types of art forms. Two different types of art forms. Mostly with wrestling, the styles change. The styles change. Music, it's a timeless thing. Because you either gonna like it or you not. Like it's a song. You either like the song or you don't like the song. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like with wrestling, like you might not like that technical wrestling style, but or two technical people versus each other, but you might like a powerhouse versus a technical wrestler against each other, or a high flyer versus this. It's different many styles. So I couldn't compare wrestling to music. I get what you're saying though, and I understand your point of view.
I get you too. I'm not saying that I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying I can see why they would pick it as number one. But then also think about it from this perspective. Think about it from anime. Drake is Cell when Cell was his perfect form. And Cell had to gradually get to that perfect form. Now imagine if Cell started off in his perfect form and anytime he fought Goku or Gohan, he decreased his level. That's exactly what happened to Drake. You started off as perfect Cell and you got to the point where you got knocked down so hard, you're not even considered a rapper anymore. He actually can't identify as white because Kendrick knocked the black out of him.
He did, and I'm not going to deny that. But when you look at the numbers, people still rocking with Drake a lot more than people rocking with Kendrick. If you look at the numbers.
Well, here's the thing. Drake makes music and rap for white people. So when it comes to like support wise and that, I'm not gonna be all excited because you got every Kevin, Kyle, and Kennedy out there supporting you. Like,
I mean,
this is our culture. I want our people to support the people in our culture.
Okay.
But also still fuck Drake though. I don't like him.
Yeah, this isn't a defend Drake type.
Oh, I know. I just wanted to say it.
I just want to make sure this is the thing. Like, nobody's defending Drake. Like, I'm not going to sit here and defend Drake at all. I understand his hatred, and yes, it is hilarious that a whole country flipped on his ass. But I'm sorry, just as a song, comparing the songs to all the other diss tracks and songs, number one is crazy, and especially considering. Mm, nah, I ain't gonna go there with that. I would just say that it is a great song. It has a lot of fanfare behind it. There's a lot of context to why this song was big, which doesn't really matter at the end of the day. As a song, compared to every other song that's on that list, is that song really number one worthy? Ice Cube 6v1 some people. Again, people still talk about No Vaseline to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like people still talk about. Well, I don't know who talking about truth. Nobody's talking about truth, but like there's a lot of these songs that people still talk about. So I don't. I just gotta give them a fucking because that just seems very like, oh, we just want to ride this wave. But they've also made weird ass takes too on music, and it's like I understand that this is a new generation, but I'm gonna need you at some point to like, if you're going to really truly listen to music and rate music. Well, I ain't gonna say that about them because I can't tell somebody how they should rate music. I'm not gonna tell you how you should rate music. I just find it wild that that song would be number one. But go ahead, Ray. You got any fucking?
I'm gonna go with my lighthearted ones. My first go out to men in general
Yeah, that's lighthearted.
because, and I'm happy for my friend. I'm so happy. Congratulations. But this motherfucker was like, I'm just going to eat less. Right? So he still ate fast food. He still ate whatever he wanted. He just ate like a smaller portion. He's already under 300 fucking pounds. Once again, yes, clap it up for him. I'm happy. I'm so happy for him. But I wish it was that fucking easy for women to lose fucking weight. I can photosynthesize for fucking 4 weeks straight and gain a pound. So just fuck men. That's all for that one. I'm just saying, look.
Blame genetics for that one.
Right, yo. Why we in this? Why y'all
Because
mad at
it's men.
We
Because
catch
it's
we catch it straight
men.
because we have muscles.
Muscle. It's men, okay? Men in general, when it comes to losing weight. Thank you. Thank you. I stand by what I said.
You know why it's harder for y'all? Because y'all don't intake protein. We tell y'all protein helps you
Yes,
out,
we,
but you know what y'all do?
bro.
You're like, oh, let me get an iced coffee. Let me get a sweet treat.
First of all, let me tell you what I've done, okay, Patrick, okay, because with my iced coffee, I'll put collagen and protein powder in it, right?
Mhm.
That's already 30 grams. And then on top of that, I'll still have my breakfast. And then I'll still have like my high protein, high fiber lunches and everything. It's just harder for women to lose weight.
I'm aware.
So
I'm
don't
married.
say just because we had an iced coffee, okay? It's a protein coffee. Get it right.
I am getting it right, and that's why I'm losing weight quickly.
This is why I hate men.
Hey,
That's why I hate men. Um,
not the '90s laugh track.
um, my other fuckum goes. I feel like I said this last week, but I want to say it again. It's still my fuckum still goes out to Kai Cenat because I find it hypocritical to say that black people don't have culture, and
yo,
then you decide to go to the BET Awards.
that shit pisses me off so much when I seen that stupid ass bullshit. Like, the amount of people who sit there and say black people don't have culture, but then sit there and dress like Cameron in the early 2000s or any other diplomat member, Dipset member, is crazy to me. Like,
It's infuriating, to be quite honest. I really hate when black people from I hate when African people or black British people or any other black person in the fucking world try to bash black Americans because we don't know where we're from. But then like you copy our hairstyles, you copy our fucking music. All of our clothes are exactly what the fuck we're doing. Everything that we're doing, you guys literally copy down to a fucking T. So you want to bash that we have no culture, but y'all are culture vultures on us. So what are you talking about? You
but
can't
don't,
have it both ways.
but don't see it that way at all. Don't see it that way at all, bro. Like, I don't understand it. Like, yo, it's just crazy to really sit there and say all that. Like, y'all literally dress like us. Y'all listen to our music. Y'all copy our style. Like you said, you have our hairstyle. You use our lingo. You didn't sit there and say we don't have culture.
Exactly. Like y'all, if you want to be British or Canadian or whatever, y'all got lingo over there. Pip pip
Yeah,
cheerio. There
yeah,
you go. Use that shit, okay?
yeah. Ain't y'all over there sucking people? Go suck somebody, god damn it.
Like that really. And the people who
Beans
are
on
like,
toast.
Yeah,
look,
I'm a toast ass nigga.
and if you want to support him, whatever, oh, he's young. I don't care. I feel like the other excuse, that's another one of my fuckings, is that I can understand being young, but there is a level to being young in a sense of where if enough people tell you what you said was fucked up, maybe do your research and be like, damn, I really, disrespected a big group of people. First of all, most of your fan base is Black Americans. Like all the people you hang around are Black Americans, but you bashing us. Okay, cool. Um, my other fucking goes out to the Shade Room. I have them blocked. I've been had them blocked. They are anti-black. I don't care what anyone says. They are owned by two African women. Once again, anti-blackness is crazy to me. But they decided to share a post saying, "Happy birthday to Donald Trump," and he's doing right by the country. Y'all try to get so close to whiteness every fucking time. Like they're gonna be like, you know what? You a house nigger now. You can come with us. No, they're not gonna do that. Stop it. It's
You
just
know,
so irritating.
I have to speak on this about the shade room because I agree with you 100%. I do not like the shade room. One of the issues that I have with the shade room is it's not just that they're anti-black, but they promote a toxic comment section to where people try to say the worst possible things about any single person they can just to go viral. And when I used to follow that page, because they actually featured me in a recipe like a few years back, when I used to follow the page, it used to be if you say the worst possible thing about Cardi B or Meg The Stallion, people would rush to try to get that top comment, that adrenaline. And it got to a point where all it would do was just foster toxicity. And like you said, they don't care about black people. They're owned by two Africans who just want to promote this right wing rhetoric. They even admitted themselves that they feel like black people in politics shouldn't be um I forgot the term that it used, but how most black people kind of support independents or Democrats, they say black people shouldn't be a monolith. They should be able to express themselves in various political environments. And that kind of gave me the mindset, yeah, you guys are fucked up. So they've been on the block list heavily. Them, Breakfast Club, Spiritual Word, all those gossip sites that try to pretend like they're for black people, but they're really just gossip places. Also, real quick before you go to the next fucking raid, because I know this is gonna piss a lot of people off. Fuck the WWE because why the fuck is Goldberg out here confronting Gunther? I thought that was just a rumor, but this man is out here confronting him for that championship. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Baby, that was the part. Look, that's the whole part right. That was another one. Um, I I have given up on WWE at this point. I'm just going to watch everything else. This is also going to be one of our conversations coming up. Just the idea that we're gonna watch. Gunther's not old, but he moves like he's old, and it bothers me. But nobody wants to see that match. Nobody. I'm just. It's just infuriating for us to have to see Gunther and Goldberg again, and then people tried to say that Jay Uso was what the fuck did they say? Hold on, because this one floored me, and I was like, you know what? I'm about to delete threads because what y'all not about to do is talk out the side of your mouths. Uh, no, sorry, this was on Twitter that was shared. They said Jey Uso is the most forced wrestler to get pushed to the main event since Big Dog Roman. And I'm like, push to the main event? Push to the main event?
When was he in the main event?
That's what I'm talking about.
You know, as somebody who was a Roman Reigns fan, Roman was actually pushed and forced down people's throats. And I say that because despite the fact that he was pushed as a babyface, nobody cheered him. Nobody liked Roman. Nobody liked that character until he became the tribal chief. Jey Uso organically got the fans behind him, despite the fact that he wasn't a main eventer. He had the whole bloodline story was pretty much focused on his ascension to the top. And even when he won the belt, he wasn't even featured in the main event. He was either in tag matches or he was the opening match in the card. So for y'all to say that Jey Uso was forced down our throats, it just proves that y'all are fickle. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, that's why I'm just kind of like, okay, y'all just don't like him, and that's fine. You don't have to like him, but don't be lying. You don't gotta lie, Craig. If you don't fucking like him, you don't have to fucking like him. But like, he definitely worked his ass off to get to the spot that he's currently in, and he was still screwed over by the WWE. I don't care what anyone says about that. That's the truth.
He managed to get a tired, old meme from the 2000s over with the fans. That's hard to do.
Look.
Yeah.
If anyone gets a fuck up, it's you fans who can't do this properly. Like, how hard is that? Y'all be like, wacky wave from Flavor 2, man. Like, come on.
Maybe they be. And my last fuck 'em. Now this is more of a K-pop fuck 'em. So you have no idea what K-pop is. It's Korean pop, which is, in my opinion, and honestly, it's not my opinion. This is kind of a fact. A lot of it is based off of pop and R&B and hip hop. So there's this group called Kiss of Life who had like a really big like R&B sound or whatever, and they did not have a lot of they had some success in Korea, but they had a big international fan base, because it was R&B, it was super sexy, and everyone was like, oh, this is different. Okay, cool. So like a month or so ago, they had a birthday party for one of their members. And their birthday party was basically them mocking Black and Latino culture. And it was them, patting their hair, going like, yo, 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 doing all that crazy, like, all the disrespectful shit. Now, mind you, right? Korea, most Asian, countries do not see a lot of Black people, right? They go off of what you see off of TV. But they have two members who are American. So there was no excuse on why the fuck they acted like that. So they gave some piss poor ass apology multiple times. And I commented on a post and I was like, I'm not accepting this apology. This is ass. Why? And I know this is a young ass fan, but baby, I wish I could knock you in your fucking mouth. Just kind of like, how when, a child says something bad and they get popped in the mouth, kind of just want to pop them because they really had the audacity to say, you just need to forgive them. They didn't kill anybody.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know why Black people listen to K-pop. I'm being honest with you. I never really understood it in the first place. It seems like every time you turn around, some band or whatever is disrespecting Black people. They seem to basically have taken away from our shit. The hip hop swing shit, all that bullshit, all the New Jack swing, all that, all of our sound. They took that from us. Don't give no credit, no nothing. I don't understand why a lot of Black people really fuck with it. It seems like y'all stay getting disrespected every month by some K-pop members.
I will say that.
Sorry, musician.
I will say the times have definitely changed. Like, I would say 180%, because they are giving credit. They are doing better in that sense. Um, if you watch it from like the 80s and 90s, it's really fucking bad. So I wasn't born in the 80s. I didn't really get into like K-pop until, when I was like what, like 14, 15, 16. So that's when the times of like really was changing. And like I said, like, you know, K-pop, they didn't really have no black people around them. So they were just going off of like what they saw off TV and what they saw off the news and everything. So they have changed. But my thing about it is like, if you're going to use our culture, or you're going to be like, oh, I love hip hop, I love R&B, this is my favorite, why would you go ahead and just mock us? Like, come on. And you have 2 American members. That's what always floors me. It's like when you have American members and you still do this whack shit, and then you still expect, fans to support you. But I will say they are not getting that fan support as much, especially from the international fan base. Like, that was my last fuck 'em. Other than wrestling related.
Breaking news: Bill Goldberg injures himself. The source: my prayers.
Hey, yo, stop it.
I hope
Because I got
so.
excited. I hate you. That's my fuck 'em. You play with my emotions.
Listen, if he could hurt himself between now and the end of Raw, I'd be happy. And I don't wish that on anybody. But it's fuck Goldberg to the death, man. Especially after what he said about Rihanna. Fuck him for life.
Listen,
But can he just go on the toilet, bro? He eats some raw chicken.
Anything is possible, yo. Bro gave himself a spear DDT, bro. Anything is possible, yo.
Like, can he play Mario Kart in real life and slip on a banana peel or something? I don't know.
Yeah, that. So what's the move for tonight?
All right, let's
for tonight. What's the topics for tonight?
All right, so let's talk. We got 3 topics to talk about. We'll talk about Ray's topic first. The topics are, I want to know what the hell is wrong with all these people saying that they don't like Nikki Bella. I had a general question for everybody about the wrestling market being oversaturated. But Ray's topic was something that she's been bringing up for the past few weeks. So we're going to kind of talk about it now that some time has passed, about WWE's partnerships not benefiting their actual partners like TNA and more recently AAA. It actually benefits WWE more. So I'll let Ray go ahead and start that one off.
I ain't gonna lie, it's just exactly like how you said and how I stated it. I just feel like this is more so just to showcase the WWE stars and put them over. I don't like when a person will say, well, they got the opportunity to put their face out there and all this other stuff. My thing about it is, when it comes down to it, I do not feel like Raw and SmackDown fans go out of their way to watch other wrestling organizations. In my opinion, NXT, that fan base is the ones who's watching TNA, the ones who may be watching AEW, who may be watching New Japan. That's really the branch off point, in my opinion. Just because you end up showing up on, Raw, SmackDown a few times. Honestly, Joe Hendry. First of all, the idea that Joe Hendry shows up, gets his ass beat within like 2 seconds sorry, let me be correct. Less than a minute and a half to Randy. Then he loses his belt to Trick Williams, who is on NXT. That just shows that TNA is below WWE, in my opinion. It doesn't matter about, they get exposure, If people know Joe Hendry, they knew him from the get-go. Because ain't no way you're telling me, oh my gosh, this is Joe Hendry, and everyone knows how to clap on, when he came out for the first time. They were already watching him, so he really did not gain any new fan base from that. I just see more so if WWE did what they did in the past, as in, instead of like buying up all the talent, right? They're working with different companies and owning different companies so they can become the monolith of wrestling. So they can be the one big wrestling company for everyone working. But then it's just going to end up hurting other wrestlers, because if they buy up all these smaller companies, what's going to happen when WWE decides to cut somebody else? Because they're going to keep cutting more and more people. That doesn't help their talent.
I agree with you. I don't know if I would include TNA on that list. personally, only because they were thriving and doing fine by themselves without WWE. Like people, you either watched them or you didn't. And if you watch them 9 times out of 10, you watch every other thing else, so you know who these people are. But they've been around since shit, what, the early 2000s, Pat?
Yeah, they started 2003, right after WCW closed, and they were trying to form like a company for the talent who didn't get signed by WWE.
Yeah, so like they've been alright. Like they with or without WWE, I would say they would be fine. I mean, same with AAA. I don't know if I would say that they gained more exposure, but I can definitely say that AAA ain't gained shit because I know for a fact nobody's watching AAA. I mean, let me not say nobody's watching AAA. The people who they think would be watching AAA isn't watching AAA. And yeah, like it's definitely, I feel like we've had this conversation before. Like I really feel like it's definitely going to get to a point where they really like going to buy up all the shit like they did back in the 90s. Um, like you said, and it's definitely not going to help wrestling. It'll help WWE because now they are the bigger brand with just a talent pool. But if you ain't doing nothing with it, you just at this end causing these people to kind of go downhill, especially with the mistreatment of like the luchadors and shit like that they got. It's like wild to be like, yo, we're gonna have this non-luchador beat like somebody, and then we're gonna announce a partnership. Like that's fucked up.
Yeah, I wanted to give them a chance, not necessarily with the TNA thing, because I knew for a fact that they would probably do what they could to poach whatever talent they had. But at least with AAA, because I honestly can say I've never really sat down and watched a AAA match. I did think that it got up to a really stupid start by having El Grande Americano beat one of their own. But the pay-per-view that they had was a pretty good pay-per-view, and it did open my eyes to a lot of talent that I didn't know existed. So I'm still trying to give them a chance as far as AAA goes, because realistically, if it's meant to be like a lucha libre style of wrestling, you can't really have too many main event talent beat up luchadors and embarrass them, because that would look dumb. Like the TNA thing, Joe Hendry and Randy Orton, people are kind of on the fence about it, whether the WrestleMania match, helped Joe or it didn't help Joe. But they're not gonna, at least I hope they wouldn't. They're not gonna have Vikingo fight Randy Orton and then have Randy Orton squash him. That would make absolutely no sense, and it wouldn't make people want to watch AAA. But again, to Ray's point, it hasn't really benefited TNA, at least I feel, in the sense that WWE thinks that it has. It kind of reminds me of the Invasion storyline from the 2000s, where, yeah, it's nice to say that, TNA and WWE are competing, but when are we going to get a TNA guy beating a WWE guy for the championship belt? Like, I'm waiting for somebody from TNA to beat Obafemi for the world title. If somebody does that, then you can convince me that this is benefiting TNA.
I'm sorry, I just saw that Shaq was announced to be a DLC character in CK25. That just caught me off guard.
And what game?
WWE 2K25.
For what?
Fuck that.
He is going to a table every single match. Goofy ass Shaq.
Bastard.
Yo, that for what was disrespectful. For what?
Shaq be annoying that shit. Well, sometimes you got to pick both. Nigga sound like he eating burgers every single time he talks.
Yo, for real. But you got anything else that we want to, my bad. Go ahead, Ray.
Go ahead. Go to the next topic.
Oh no, I was going to say, was there anything else you wanted to say on this topic?
Yeah, sorry. I refuse to give WWE any more chances or be like, let them cook, because after when the whole backlash happened with the whole Joe Hendry, Triple H really decided to say, hey, there's many more of these type of matches to come. He's just getting started. I mean, he's just getting started to get his ass whooped by every other person, but then he whoops, he beat Trick Williams again. Is that what we're gonna get? He's gonna be Trick. Also, side notes, Omos signed a multi-year contract with WWE. We get Omos versus Obafemi.
I know not
I'm
a lot
putting
of
that out
people
there
like.
right now.
I know not a lot of people like Omos, but he actually showed a lot of improvement in Japan. So I'm not going to really knock him because they definitely do need some big guys. I can realistically see him kind of being Oba. I'll give him a chance just because, there aren't too many black athletes out there who get that kind of spotlight. So if they can find a way to use him, cool. I don't trust that they will, but if you set him to NXT, I can at least trust that Shawn Michaels will make him a star as opposed to Triple H, who would probably bury him.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like they're gonna have. I'm trying. This is gonna be so offensive. I just feel like they're just gonna have like the two African guys just go against each other, just to have. You know what I mean?
African
Just
tribal combat,
yeah,
like T'Challa and M'Baku.
yeah. I'm
See,
so serious.
if we thought of that idea, it's funny, but because it's WWE, they'll try to find a way to make it semi-racist. And I wouldn't be mad at the concept of the match, but it's just their vision of it would come across as so stereotypical.
It's not even about it's if, it's when. Like it's going to happen, and it's going to be offensive.
I'm sitting here thinking they could be like, I'm a proud African warrior ready to fight for my tribe, and they'd be like, take me to the village and we'll beat you. Like
Bro,
that's
they
the kind
both
of
come
dialogue
out
I
to the
expect them to
same
give.
music too. Hoo ha, hoo ha.
You see what I'm saying, like, bro? Like, it's going
Ching, follow the bing bang.
like I'm not excited for this at all. Yeah, I know my feelings on Omar. The best thing he had was that one jacket. That's the best thing Omar did was wear that one jacket. Other than that, I don't really give a fuck about Omar. You say he's gotten better, I give him a chance. But this man just got signed a multi-year deal. It's mad wild. It's like, yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. This just kind of seems like a way of just being like, hey, I just want to show that our company ain't racist. Look at what we just did for another black guy after the whole R-Truth bullshit. Like,
And they put the two of them against each other, bro.
But it is one of those situations where it's like, if you honestly think about it, who that isn't an established WWE wrestler on SmackDown or Raw could honestly be Obafemi. Now they could go off. I've said it from the beginning. Like they could go the non-traditional route and have an underdog beat Oba, but they're probably going to have another powerhouse.
They need one of the Braun Breaker, LeBron James, Bronson Breaker, one of them motherfuckers.
I don't care who. Anybody could be, depending on how you tell the story. Anybody could be them. Now,
but WWE is not telling stories right now.
Honestly, if WWE wants to tell the best story, and I said this from the beginning, have Javon Evans beat Obafemi. That'd be a pure underdog move.
I would be
David and Goliath, bruh.
Exactly.
I would be okay with that over Omar. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan. So I'll stay out of it. I'm not.
He's a lot better than Great Khali. At least he could talk.
Lord Jesus.
I'll keep my comment.
What's the next comment? I mean, topic.
Well, since we were talking about WWE, TNA, and NXT and AAA and all that, I've been personally exhausted from watching wrestling. It seems like wrestling is on every single day, and it's WWE, TNA, NXT, AEW, and now they're talking about the NWA got a TV deal with Roku. And I'm just wondering, is there such a thing as too much wrestling?
Yes. Yeah. There's too much wrestling now. You're not going to catch it all. I mean, you can. You can sit there and you can catch it all if you got the time. I'm not going to tell you what you can. There's people who sit there and watch basketball 24/7, 365, catch every game, whatever they can. So there are people that's going to watch that wrestling before the casual fan, or rather, just not even a casual fan, just an average fan with a life. And I don't want to say an average fan with a life because that sounds messed up. But if you got like a job, kids, or just a job, period, and just life, you're not going to catch all that wrestling, yo. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, wrestling. Then you got these other shows right here, these reality TV shows you got to watch. Then you got these little YouTube shows here to watch that come on only this day. There's this little back. It's a lot of wrestling. Um, but that's also kind of a good thing because it gives you a chance to actually get exposure to other wrestlers. Like you don't. The good thing about wrestling and matches is that you can watch a match whenever you feel like it. You can always watch a match. You don't have to catch it right then and there. So if it's something you really want to see, you can see that. If you're bored and you're sitting down, like I don't know how to pronounce it. Maybe it's a C, a Psi, but it was like a all black wrestling league. I don't get a chance to catch it all the time, but when I do, I go on there and I get a chance to watch all these matches. They're there for me to watch whenever I get chances. So you can never not miss watching wrestling. But it is a lot of wrestling to try to catch, and it can burn you out.
I think the only benefit that I see to any of this, aside from, but yeah, this only benefit that I can see from it, at least it gives people a chance to actually have work. Like before, let's say 10 years ago, the main company was WWE. And yet you had TNA that just emerged, you had Ring of Honor, you had, the smaller companies like Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, you had CZW, all the indies. But now it's up at a point where, and I guess you can kind of say I thank AEW for this because, yeah, WWE at one point was like the end all be all. In some people's minds, it is only for like the aesthetic of, I'm working for the WWE. But if you're not working for WWE, there's plenty of opportunity out there for you to have work. You may not be, mainstream or WWE superstar, but you're not going to be unemployed. You don't necessarily have to work the indies your whole entire career. There's companies that have TV deals. So, talent, you may get released from WWE today. You have a path that you can go through where you can work a relaxed schedule, you still get paid, and everybody eats. So for that benefit, I can appreciate the fact that there's more wrestling out there. However, as a fan, especially as a podcast that's trying to, keep people up to date on certain things, it does get hard because, like you said, you got Monday Night Raw, you got NXT on Tuesdays, you got TNA on Wednesdays, you have whatever YouTube show comes on, then you have the social media shows, and then Facebook shows, and then all these other platforms that they're trying to put out there. It's constant content. It's a lot.
I definitely agree. I will speak mostly on WWE just because that's the main one I was watching. Now I kind of just stopped watching WWE, have gone to uh AEW a little bit more. Um, I feel like at this point they're just trying to push story. I can't even say they're trying to push story because they don't got shit. I feel like I feel like they're most so we're getting all these extra like shows out there and them putting advertisements on the whole ring and on the fucking ladder, and then their shoes got advertisements, and then fucking Pat McAfee's fucking forehead has a fucking advertisement because they're trying to make money at this point. And I understand it is important to make money, but it's getting to the point of where you don't want to like even spend time watching it because it's going to continue tomorrow. Kind of like, what was it, WrestleMania? It was just kind of like we have Friday, we have Saturday, we have Sunday, and then we have Monday again. It's 4 straight days of wrestling. Honestly, you could have just waited until Monday and got a quick sneak peek of everything, and that would have been the end all be all. You would have known exactly what happened those 3 other days. They're trying to make money. I understand that's important, but the it's just quantity. There's no quality, and I think that's what WWE is like really missing right now because they keep pushing the same 4 people, giving the same 4 matches, and I'm sick of fucking seeing them.
I definitely get what you mean about the advertising because we all know WWE is a corporation and they have to make money, and TKO has to make money because they're in debt from the UFC purchases. But it started off with just the occasional advertisement for Logan Paul's Prime, and now I look at the ring and the ring is covered with advertisements. You have ladders that have advertisements. It doesn't even feel like a wrestling promotion anymore. It just feels like an ad, and
Exactly.
wrestling is on the sidelines.
Right.
And like, and you can do that if you want to, but it's not gonna make me draw you in. I'm supposed to be like, oh my gosh, I wonder which ad gonna be on the ring today. No, I want to see what the fuck's going on with the storyline, and the storyline is not compelling. It's not making me want to watch or listen or do anything. I'm just like, oh, it's Gunther and Jay again. Okay. Oh, the bloodlines out there. Oh, okay. Oh, Judgment Day. Got it. The only saving grace they really have is Naomi.
The biggest Batman villain in the world.
The only saving grace. There's no other reason to watch wrestling right now. Well, WWE right now. People may hate me for saying that, but like, same shit, different fucking day at this point.
Doesn't Naomi kind of remind you of a Batman villain though? The way she's been
It's the
acting lately.
laugh. It's the cackle.
Like I just want her to go. This will not be the last of me, Batman, and throw a smoke bomb and run away. But that's
Yeah,
just me.
it's the cackle. I feel like she's really. It's a character now. I think that's what's so refreshing because I don't feel like you have any characters on WWE, on Raw or SmackDown. And I'm like, okay, I see you really, putting yourself into this character, You want your baby Bianca back. I understand, you miss your bestie. I get it. But like you did push her, you did push her friend off. But it's okay.
I mean,
I feel
She's
like
not
Naomi.
dead, technically.
had to do what she had to do, yo. You know?
Mhm.
The whole problem I have with Naomi's character is not with Naomi herself, but she has a character that's so good. Whenever she actually confronts Jade again and eventually Bianca, nobody is gonna boo Naomi. Realistically, nobody's gonna boo her because she's such a great heel, and her character makes you laugh on social media. That when they put those two together and fight, it's probably gonna end up being a double turn. She's funny as shit on social media.
Mhm. Jim needs to take that damn phone.
Nah, Jim be taking something. Jim don't care about what she say.
Nah, he needs to take that damn phone
Jim be
from
like, you
her.
need anything, babe? I got you.
Take that phone.
For real. You could have that damn phone.
Jim be like, skeet.
5 letters. 5 letters. One word.
Heavy on the
Yo. Alright. So
Last topic.
what's the last topic?
The last topic is about Nikki Bella's return. And this is just something because we talked about it on like our incarnation of the pod like many years back, but kind of came back again. So now that she's talking about she wants to make a comeback and help the women's division and have dream matches, there's this group of haters who are saying that she's done nothing to contribute to the WWE. They don't understand why she's back, that she's had no relevance. And then going to the whole thing about, oh, you're just a total divas, star. You're not an actual wrestler. The only reason why you're famous is because you dated John Cena. And I'm like, it's 2025 and we're still having this conversation and not giving her flowers.
Um, men are weird, bro. Men are fucking weird, bro. I don't like people bring up the whole total diva thing as if that it really helped the women. It gave them a platform for people to see that women are wrestlers. You got a chance to see them, see their lives, see who they are, learn who they are in and out the ring. It gave them exposure. It did a lot for them. So like that's wild to say she's just a total diva. That's kind of a big thing. She's
Mhm.
actually done a lot for the division. Like, she had some pretty solid matches. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't bad on her run. Like, she was solid. I just think a lot of people dislike her because, like you said, like who she dated and the era that she came up in. She came up in the like they were, divas, but they were kind of sort of wrestling, but it was still not really wrestling, but they were coming up in that era. So a
Mhm.
lot of people don't really consider those women in that era wrestlers. They still see them as divas. When in fact they became wrestlers. It's a little messed up to try to like dismiss that, but then not dismiss Trish Stratus because all she was just a valet. Then she put in the work and became like one of the best wrestlers out there. But one of the best, yeah, one of the best wrestlers out there. So it's like people just like to hear themselves talk, and they like to at some point just diminish women when they feel like they aren't what they deem to be. And to just say that her relevancy is only as good as John Cena's is crazy because she's still out here making a name as Nikki Garcia and not using the Bella name. So,
Mhm.
that's bullshit. People know who Nikki Garcia is. She's Nikki Garcia. Don't let the Bella name fool you.
They just hate that she owns her sexiness is not just for, eye candy. I feel like Nikki, well, the Bella twins were some of the first women who were like, okay, I know I'm sexy, but I'm not just a pretty face, I'm also strong. So let's like really play up to that and showed you really, what women wrestling can do. And a lot of people will find that offensive, be mad at me for saying that. But like you gotta think like back in the day when it came to women wrestling, it was more just for like guys to ogle at them. You had, bra and panty matches. You have women getting their clothes ripped off. You had all these other things where, you know, it was for men to look at. Nikki Bella rips her own shirt off because she wants to. She knows how strong she is, and she knows she looks the fuck good doing it. And men hate that. Men hate women who own their sexiness and who know that they're sexy and who know that they don't need a man to be well or to progress in life. Like if Nikki Bella was just to wear like a complete like catsuit or something, she would still be the star that she is today because it's not just the sexiness that she sells. She also is a good wrestler. Is she the best wrestler? No, but she's a good wrestler. She has good characters as well. They just don't like that.
I don't think it's her fault about her wrestling ability because like Ron said, she came up in the era where women's wrestling, like you said too, Ray, she came up in the era where women's wrestling was kind of in the in between stage where it was going transitioning from bra and panties matches to the actual matches we see today. It was more so of a balance of yes, some of the women wrestle, but some of the women also use their sex appeal to get attention. And people forget that Nikki Bella actually had a pretty compelling character when her and Brie first started, because for the longest we thought it was just one of them at one point. We thought it was just one of the Bellas, and then they started the Twin Magic, and they started to get people's attention from there. People forget that Total Divas put a lot of women on the map that nobody really knew about. My wife doesn't watch wrestling. She's not the biggest wrestling fan, but she knew of the Bellas and she knew of Naomi simply from watching. Well, she called it Trinity, but she knew about her simply from watching Total Divas. Not everything has to be a 5-star classic or getting rough and tough in the ring. Sometimes you have to kind of get exposure by using your best assets. And the
Hmm.
Bellas use their characteristics, they use their personality, they use their charisma to get themselves ahead.
Hmm.
Did she date John Cena? Yeah. Okay. You know how many people John Cena dated in the time that he's been in WWE? Tons of people. No one ever says anything about that. But she dates one person and actually sticks with the guy, and all of a sudden she sleeps to the top. It doesn't make any sense. But
Exactly. When if we really want to talk about someone who's up to the top, Triple H. Would y'all never say that about the men? But once again, it's because the way they view women. And I like Nikki Bella. You can look, but you can't touch. I'm how'd that come back to that song? Now that come back.
He was low key waiting for you to sing it.
I enjoy Nikki Bella. I like the Bella Twins. I don't care what anyone says. I like them. I enjoy them. I'm glad that she's coming back. It'll bring something new to the women's division. You know, we did just get Oscar. Because honestly, the women's division is kind of dead. I don't care. You know, it's a stacked roster. They're not doing anything. So at least with Nikki Bella going there, they're going to be forced to do something in addition to the less than the bare minimum that they're currently doing.
And if bald ass whisker biscuit bitch Bill Goldberg can still wrestle at 58 years old or however the fuck he is, Nikki Bella can still wrestle. And I'm gonna leave it off of that.
Period.
And on that note, we are going to get out of here. I'm Ron Morrison. Have Ray Dave with the AK, and we have CM Pat. We up out of here.
Deuces.
Yeah. Spirit fingers.
Ray, you want to sing us off?
You can look, but you can't touch.